executives. And it's been left now to the Senate, which does not understand the nitty-gritties on the ground, which the senators, the MCAs do. Do you agree that your role as an MCA right now is a bit amorphous?
I wouldn't agree entirely with that notion. Though, as my colleagues point out, there has been gaps and deficits. And you realize one of our greatest undertaking, because for example, I'm one of the 2 representatives of Nyeri County in the County Assemblies Forum, also within the UDA. I'm the chair of the UDA MCA caucus, which is how I find my way to the neck of the party. And one of our greatest fights is the financial autonomy of the county assemblies. We have taken that battle all the way to His Excellency the President. Luckily, he supported us. Actually, he has signed, the autonomy, the county assembly autonomy bill into law. We've also been really pushing for World Development Fund to be anchored in the Constitution. So we have made steps towards the positive. And, like, let's say, the Nairobi scenario and what we encounter in the other counties, it's a bit different. But I want to agree with my brother Robert. You cannot support anything in its entirety. For example, in our area, we passed a rule. There was this, like the revenue guys, they would come and, they find foodies. I don't know what has not been paid. Someone is just there trying to find Uga for the family. You've snatched the materials. We made it an illegality in our county. And, there are also, I like what our governor said, you are the executive, you have to be oversighted by the assembly. That's a very good approach. But even more importantly is that, here we have been campaigning for wards to have, like, just like the constituencies have the CDF.
Isn't that the carrot and stick problem that Apopo was raising, that governors who've accepted that and are not waiting for the president to formalize anything and actually offered the equivalent of county, you call them county what words?
World Development
Fund.
Yeah.
Then the MCA are very friendly to those governors.
It may seem like...
for the Constitution.
I just want
to... Come to you.
Yeah. So, let me tell you guys one thing. Fighting doesn't always mean there are positive response or positive results. In Nyeri, during the first assembly after dissolution, there was the best fight you can ever fight anywhere. But Nyeri County was almost number 47. So it's not per se friendliness, but at times it makes work easier and better. For example, yesterday, I was in my ward with some executive members, executive teams, because we have managed to get 10 million shillings towards the renovation of VCD classes and a further 3 million towards building of a new block at an ECD called Gadanji. So the issue is this. These matters, friend, there has to be a balance. But one thing that is not negotiable is on the need to cure this, I think it was, like Robert says, it was a deliberate weakening of the county assemblies. So what we are working is trying to fix, that muscle of the county assemblies and delinking, especially the finances, because you realize, friend, in the past, if the county assembly tried to oversight the governor, he would just switch off the taps.
And that's exactly the problem I'm raising, that it's been left to the governor to decide if this assembly will comply, or I switch off the tap, as he says. You turn off the tap.
We have had county assemblies that have acted. Meru has acted before, Embu has acted before, Isiolo impeached the governor, Nairobi tried.
Nairobi is the best example of
they tried. They were called at the